What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to G Myers World, and right now we're going to be talking about the Christmas Day games. The NFL definitely tried to compete exclusively with the NBA. I don't know if you guys are into the NBA as well, but December 25th, 2023, there was a lot of games going on. I definitely tuned in to the NFL game, so we're going to go ahead and give you guys that recap. We started off with the Raiders and the Chiefs. Now, I've told you guys, ever since Antonio Pierce took over as the head coach, I've seen a difference. Now, a lot of you guys, you value my opinion. I try to be very, very objective, whether or not it doesn't matter the team I root for or whatever in the game, because I don't really care about the teams realistically. I'm just watching the game to enjoy it, so I can give you my honest opinion. I've seen the way that they've responded to Antonio Pierce, and it's been a beautiful thing because it is pretty hard to coach millionaires. All right, and a lot of people don't value that in to see what Tom Brady allowed Bill Belichick to do, get coached throughout all those years. And it's very few players that, as they start to gain that type of wealth, listen. You know what I'm saying? They just do things their way because they think they know everything. And it's very unfortunate. But again, looking at the way the players are listening to Antonio Pierce and understanding and getting like these speeches, like he gives these great halftime speeches allegedly. I don't know, never heard him, but he motivates them very, very well. And also, as a major point, he doesn't even have his coaching staff. This is the previous coach's coaching staff. We don't need to say his name because he sucks, but the previous coach's coaching staff is what he has right now, and they're still playing very, very well. Now look, I'm going to tell you when this game was over. It was a fumble, and then it was a pick six. Patrick Mahomes is a terrible quarterback. I don't know where this started. Dude, listen, all this Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce and all this crap going on. The Chiefs have not looked good this year. They had a chance to probably lock up the division. They're not going to be able to do that. They're going to have to play on the road. So it's not going to be the same type of situation. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be as good as we thought they once were this year. It just doesn't feel the same. And I told you that it started that way at the beginning of the year when they lost to the Lions. And you see what happened with the Lions winning that game. They actually, clinched their division yesterday. So there's a lot that is going on right now. And I know that Chief fans are like, yo, what are you guys doing? But you did get a lot of Super Bowls early from Patrick Mahomes. There were a lot of losses involved throughout your years with different coaches and stuff like that. So it looks like you guys are pretty much done right now. To just be totally honest. As on the other side, the Raiders quarterback sucks. O'Donnell or whatever his name is, he sucks. But he just knows how to manage the game properly, and he's able to go ahead and get that done. And while he's able to do that, and their defense plays the way that they played, it's going to be very tough to beat them. Because when you're able to just run the football, you know what I'm saying? White, 22 carries, 145 yards, and just don't turn the ball over, and then the other team is turning the ball over, this is like classic football. To where it's like, oh my God, this is what's going to happen. It's really, really nasty. Okay? This is like smash you in the mouth football from the old school. And that's what he's bringing back. And I'm telling you, they still have certain players that can make plays when necessary. So they can be very, very dangerous. Although they're not an offensively explosive team, they can definitely run the football and play good defense. So that's going to be something that can cause a lot of issues a little bit later on. And it could make that team become a winning franchise again over there. But I don't really know what's going to happen with the Chiefs. But after watching them play yesterday, maybe it was just a bad game. I don't see them as a threat to win the Super Bowl anymore. I just don't. The Giants and the Eagles. Now, this was hilarious because prior to the game starting, there was an interview with Devito, the quarterback, right? And he was talking about how he was at dinner and Aaron Judge was there and offered to pick up his tab. And it was absolutely hilarious because he got benched. And everybody was talking about how there's a chance that he's going to be able to play and this and that. They're going to keep him. Dude, he's a New Jersey native. And we love to see those kind of stories. It's like the NFL plants stories like that. Dude got benched. And I was crying real tears laughing. And I know a lot of people were as well. But you have to remember, in fairness to Devito, you're playing the Eagles that have a lot to play for. The pride, the losses that they've taken this year, it's been really, really nasty. They have to win the game to stay in the run with the Niners, who are playing the Ravens a little bit later. So it was a lot riding on the game, and he's not going to beat the Eagles. Like, it doesn't, I don't care about what kind of fantasy story you're trying to come up with. Dude, he's not beating the Eagles, and everybody knew that. But it doesn't really matter about that situation. The point of the matter is, the Giants, they're terrible. And they had nothing to play for other than pride. And they have no pride. So more than likely, they were going to lose anyway. Putting Tyrod Taylor in the game was just something that's going to, enrage people. And I think that's what they did, because that's what it became all over social media, is outrage. That they benched him and put in Tyrod Taylor. But in fairness to the Giants, once again, You know, Tyrod did go out there and do a little something, but you know, he threw an interception. Okay, you know, Tyrod Taylor's going to throw interceptions. He's been all over the league. Like, he is going to... You know what it is? He's like, what's that other dude's name? There's another dude, Joshua Dobbs. You know what I'm saying? They've been all over the league. It's a reason why teams get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, hear me out, right? If there's somebody that just can't keep someone, like if there's a guy that can't keep a woman or a woman that can't keep a guy or whatever the hell you guys are into, you know what I'm saying? If you can't keep somebody around you, at some point you got to start looking at yourself like, yo, maybe it's me. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, if you go through so many relationships, like, yo, everybody keeps leaving me. Like, what's going on? Like, dude, you're not doing your job. Like, that's what's happening. No matter who it is, you're not doing your job. And that's what happens when you're a trash quarterback. So Devito and Tyrod Taylor are both trash, but you got to, like, try to get a spark. But when you're trying to spark from Dookie, like if you ever in the woods, if you guys ever camp or anything, and you're trying to start a fire, and it's Dookie right there, the fire won't start from the Dookie. So you're not going to get a spark from these two idiots. So you might as well cut Devito and Tyrod Taylor at the end of the season, to be totally honest. And the Eagles go to 11-4. It might work out for them that they could possibly get the better seed than the Niners. We'll see how that works out later on over the next couple of weeks. But that's where we are right now. The Ravens and the Niners. Now, the Ravens completely dominated this game. McCaffrey did, you know, have a touchdown. He went over 100 yards, 14 carries, stuff like that. George Kittle, 7 receptions, 126 yards. Brock Purdy had 4 interceptions. Okay? So, and he got blasted too. So, there was a lot going on in this game. So, the insult to injury is this, right? When you're playing like trash and then you also get injured, it's even more ridiculous for you and the team. Because why were you playing like that prior to getting injured? Like, you suck, Brock Purdy, but it's not about that. Because you still had all your weapons and you were terrible. And I told you guys about this last week, right? The Ravens can beat anyone because their defense is good now. So Lamar Jackson, I watched him dance around, and it's sort of like, you know, like how when you had a little kids party and you guys are playing like, you know, like a little thing where the kids gotta like run around and do stuff like, you know, like tap you in the head and then you're it and stuff like that. Like you're sitting in a circle. I don't remember what the name of it is. You know what I'm saying? I got little nephews now. We got to figure out games to play because they're so active. But pretty much they just run around. Like kids just run around, right? So that's what Lamar Jackson is doing in the backfield with grown men. If you guys ever do, like when I was growing up, we played, you know, football outside before the games while my mom's making dinner or whatever for the, you know, Thanksgiving, whatever it is, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever the holiday is, your uncles come over, you pick the big dudes, you versus the little dudes, the teams are uneven, and you just run around and just do whatever. But the people that have the most skill, you can't do nothing to them, that type of thing. That's how Lamar Jackson makes every defender look. It don't matter who they are. He just makes them look like little children chasing them around. And it's really, really stupid. And I got to be totally honest, you know, the Niners did not play as well defensively as I thought that they would. 13 points in the second they gave up and 17 points in the third. The Niners defense is better than that. You know what I'm saying? So these type of things that go on, it's very, very bad. And we have to figure out like what's going on. Like, cause the more I look at it, the more I'm disgusted. And then I don't know really what's going on. It becomes a situation where I might have to take a look at it myself and figure out like, maybe the Niners are just not good enough, bro. You know what I'm saying? After I'm looking at that, because the Ravens are doing whatever they want. So maybe we just have to understand the Niners are just not the team we thought they were. And we got to move on from it. But it was really, really nasty. But I got good news for you. We got a couple more weeks, boys. And we're going to see what's up. And then when the playoffs are set, it's time to rock and roll. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your holiday. Remember, you could download this podcast for free. iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Android, all those good things. G-Miles World Podcast. Search it on Google. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. Enjoy your day. One love, y'all.